Today is April 29th. It's a national holiday. But what April 29th means is it's the beginning of Golden Week. You got a week where you got 4 national holidays right all jammed up together. Well, a bit of a gap between a couple of them. Well, next week, Monday and Friday are not holidays, but if you take those 2 days off, you get 11 days in a row holiday. So that's why it's golden. Just a second ago, it was so awesome. A guy just said to me in Japanese, "Don't I recognize you? Didn't I see you on TV?" And he'd seen me on Mentai Wide and recognize me from that. That is so cool. At the store with the pottery xylophone, it's 300 yen for a coffee. And you get to keep the cup. And there's the other cup and my coffee. Oops. So the beginning of Golden Week means the beginning of the Arita Tokichi, where we are now. There is just pottery everywhere. The Tokichi is a pottery festival in Arita, which is one of the biggest pottery towns in Japan, I believe. Actually, Arita porcelain is famous all over the world. Although it's mostly known by the name Imari, I believe, because that's the port that it was always shipped from, though most of it is actually made here in Arita. The Arita Tokichi Festival runs all Golden Week. It's about, 9 days, I think? We're down near the bottom of the run. The main road in Arita is closed off to traffic and just lined with pottery shops. It's 4 kilometers of pottery. You will not find a better deal on porcelain and other pottery anywhere. You can't even possibly count the number of cups and plates and saucers and vases and whatnot that are here. The whole route, 4 kilometers of road, with a few slight branches off here and there, is just lined with pottery shops on both sides. It takes a day to see everything. Well, no, that's not true. It takes a day to skim everything. If you want to see everything, you probably got to come every single day of the festival. It's just impossible to see everything. Plus, there's no real need to. Most of these shops do not belong to a single potter or even a group of potters. They're pottery shops that buy pottery from the various potters. So a lot of these shops have the same stuff. Snow cone. So walking the full length is going to take quite a long time, and we're going to see a lot of the same stuff, but scattered in amongst the same stuff are the little gems and jewels. Those are what you got to find. There's everything here. There's stuff that's on sale, just piled up in a box. Others displayed nicely. There's everything from, cups for 100 yen or less, all the way up to giant plates which can cost as much as a house, and I'm not joking. I'll show you something later. It's not all pottery. Here are some absolutely gorgeous garden tables made of some kind of veined green stone. I would love one, but I don't think I can afford it. That one is $5,000 for that table. And that one is about $7,000. These donburi bowls. It's a bowl with a lid for a certain kind of rice dish. My wife got 50% off, 100 yen each, so she bought 10. And they gave us potpourri for free because of it. Here, everyone, have a smell. Nice, huh? Beer. Cups. 500 yen. Well, 504 yen. Usually 840. If I drank beer, this would be good. What I love coming here for, and actually anywhere I go and look at pottery, is sake cups, actually. I love sake cups. I have a collection. I've got over 70 cups. Every prefecture I go to, I've got a sake cup from there. And every time I come here, I've got to get at least one, although I usually buy like 4 or 5. And one year I think it was 15. The only thing is, since I buy them every year, it's getting harder and harder to find ones I can afford that I like that I don't already have. Most of the ones I really like are way too expensive for me. Like $80 and above, $150, $300. I've found ones that I just absolutely love, would love to have in my collection, but I'm not nearly rich enough to afford spending that on something that's just going to sit on a shelf. And actually, I don't have anywhere to display my collection right now. It's all sitting in a box. I will show it to you sometime. Here we go, some beautiful sake cups. And I found one I have to buy, 1,000 yen. I just got myself a sake cup I really like, so even if I don't buy anything else today, I'm satisfied. But I probably will buy more. I hope so, anyway. And here we have another person, which is almost like another friend. We see him every year in Stop to Talk, and my wife has bought several cups and stuff from him. Hello! Sashiburi! Genki? We have one of these clocks at home. I absolutely love them.
Wow, nice.
Oh, Kumiko's having fun. He's in the same place, actually the exact same place every year in this building, which apparently this building is 200 years old. So it says if we go up to the second floor, we'll fall through the floor because it's really worm-eaten. He likes cats and pigs. Cat cups and pig cups. Like this. Just looks like a little piggy, but it's a teacup. I think the cat's a little cuter than the pig, though. I'm not big on pigs. Except to eat. This big cat sculpture is like his signpost. Every time he's got to just place it up, this is out front. I think my wife wants one, but they're bloody expensive. This is some of the best stuff you'll see here. The guy who makes stuff is famous. Only at this festival it's half off. I got one of his sake cups at half off. It still cost me 5,000 yen. Various dried foods, a lot of which contain dry fish and squid, and seaweed. Don't mind the seaweed, some of the seaweed. Don't like the fish and squid. And not squid, shrimp. Here they sell knives and various tools. Arita has a very long history of making pottery. So much so that even in the river, I don't know if you can see it or not, but if you look, there's broken pottery all through the bottom of the river. That's history. Arita really is a pottery town. Even on a concrete bridge, you got some really beautiful pottery inlays. During this week, any little open space along this road gets filled and becomes a store. Throw up a tarp, throw up a tent, you got a store. I mentioned plates as expensive as a house, and it's not a joke. Right up ahead, the store we're going to, they always have lots and lots of really big pottery in there. Now, they don't have it anymore, but they used to have in there one plate that they had a sign on that said it was something like 8th or 9th largest plate in the world. And it costs as much as a house. No, not a really expensive house, but a house nonetheless. They have a fantastic collection of large plates. $2,000 plate, $4,000 vase, $1,300 ginger pot, $3,600 plate. This plate is $24,000 and huge. Not as expensive, only $10,000. Getting cheaper. $3,800 for this tile. $12,000. $32,000. Beautiful, $12,000. Another ginger pot, really tall, $80,000. Big plate, $24,000. $32,000. Yeah. This ginger pot is $180,000. I'm pretty sure they really hope the largest earthquake never hits here. I love all that huge pottery in there, and I will never ever be able to afford any of it. Who's got that kind of money to spend $32,000 or more, or $180,000 on a big ginger pot or a big plate? I mean, you're sure never going to eat off that plate. Imagine the dishwasher you'd need to wash that thing, or just get a whole bottle of dishwashing liquid, a long-handled broom, and a hose. Yeah, I don't think so either. We've turned around, we're going back down. We didn't go all the way to the top, but the whole length, if you walk the whole way, it's 4 kilometers one way, and then you got to walk back. So that's over 8 kilometers walking, full of pottery stores. I don't know how many there are. I'm sure it's written down somewhere. I mean, we can check the map, we can count if you really want to. There's too much to see. I mean, and we've come here so many times that unless something really catches our eye, don't even bother walking in most of the stores. I've come every year for the past 5 or 6 years. I don't know, maybe we won't come back next year. Maybe wait until the kids are a little bit bigger so they can either walk on their own or stay at home on their own. Ooh! One just went down. This is probably the last place I'm going to show you. This guy here has this absolutely fantastic glaze that looks like it's just crystal. His glazes just look like he managed to make crystal grow. I have an inexpensive one, like a small cup, but the big ones are very expensive. He's the genius behind the pottery. These are his sake cups. I love these, but they're too expensive. I got like a couple seconds. These are around 5,000 to 6,000 yen, and they're gorgeous. But I think I bought a couple that had mistakes, or the glaze didn't turn out quite as nice. The festival is in its 108th, 109th year. The Arita Pottery Festival is fantastic. You'll probably never see more pottery in one place at one time. But I think we've had enough, especially with 3 small kids. We're heading back to the car. We've still got a couple kilometers walk back to the car, and then probably a couple hours drive home. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Arita Pottery Festival. I'm sure I'll be showing you pottery in other places at some time because I love pottery. Often it's much hotter here, but we got a good breeze going through, so it's keeping it pretty cool. And pretty much every year, the Arita Pottery Festival gives me my first sunburn of the year. This time I think I'm actually coming off pretty much okay. So if you've enjoyed this look at the Arita Pottery Festival, please click the little thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more of these videos. I'm Mark Visser, aka Sparkuus. I've enjoyed bringing this to you. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope to see you back here for another I Live in Japan very soon. Yeah. He lives in Japan too. If you think they have everything but the kitchen sink here in Arita, you're wrong. They even have the sinks. Although they're not for the kitchen.